All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about another Dave and doing it in real time for real people just like you and just like me. So, David Lee Roth has dropped a new song and he's dedicated it to the Kentucky tornado victims. It's a dedication. It's not, proceeds from this song will go because there won't probably be a lot of proceeds from the song going anywhere. Won't be going to Dave. Won't be going. I mean, the track has like 7,000 views on it, which isn't bad. I've got videos that I do that have more views on them. So, I'm sure the number of views will increase and it will be, probably at least in the 200,000 range at some point. I don't know. But the song itself, kind of interesting. It's called One Piece Thermo Molded Country Plastic Chair. And it's basically footage of Dave and his late dog, his late pooch, who recently passed away, which is sad. People are commenting about shows the real character of a person if they're loving on their dog and if they have a dog and so forth. Okay, that's cool. I have nothing. And look, a lot of my videos, I've noticed I tend to be Mr. Negative, even though I go by this harmless thing. It is harmless to have an opinion on something. It really is. I'm not doing any physical damage to anybody by stating that. David Lee Roth, for instance, on this song sounds a bit like he's trying to be Lou Reed or maybe Johnny Cash, especially when Johnny was on his way out. I know that sounds like a weird analogy, but I hear almost like this spoken word occasionally sung. And that's really where Dave is going to be comfortable these days because of his limited ability to be, the rock star singer that he was 30 or 40 years ago. It's just a fact of life. And you may like this because it's nostalgic and it is poignant to some degree. He's talking about how much he likes this kind of chair, and then he's describing other chairs. I mean, David Lee Roth can make something out of nothing lyrically. I mean, he's talking about a plastic chair, and you're thinking, you're going to do a whole song about a plastic chair, and he does. And I'm not sure how that relates to the folks in Kentucky who may or may not have sat on chairs like this. I'm thinking they were sitting on the front porch on a porch swing or a wooden chair, but what do I know, right? But this is sort of the LA, detached way of trying to relate to people in flyover country. It's comical. And I'm not saying that Roth can't relate to these people, but thermo, plastic, chair. I mean, thermo. I mean, it's, again, I'm not just trying to throw shade here. The song is actually kind of entertaining. It sort of stays in the same key throughout, doesn't really have too much variation. And that's why I was thinking of Lou Reed, because that's what he used to do, is used to kind of pound the same sort of keys in the same area over and over again and repeat lines a lot. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm thinking obviously of Walk on the Wild Side, but there are other Lou Reed songs that did the same thing. Johnny Cash, I think, was a bit more melodic in his earlier years and tended to be a little more like in the same area toward the end of his career. But somebody who's trying to just sing between the lines and stay there and not sound ridiculous. That's what Roth does here. And overall, it's a whimsical kind of odd sort of song that you'll either take it or leave it. If you're a Van Halen fan, you're probably going to be scratching your head. But if you're just a David Lee Roth fan, you might say, yeah. I mean, he did this way back, like on Sensible Shoes, if you're a real David Lee Roth fan. But that was still a melodic song compared to this. And he did some real singing in that song. So in any event, that's just the way I see it on this. I feel bad for the folks in Kentucky because all this is just like a shout out, and they need money, they need help, and I don't hear a lot of talk about bailing out those people. I do hear a lot of talk about spending trillions of dollars on cities, for instance, that have been failures for decades. But I don't hear about anyone drafting a bill to help these folks in multiple states who are really suffering, because this was a real nasty weather event. But we shall see. Maybe somebody will step up and do something a little more substantive than going to visit the scene and survey the damage. You can always do that by helicopter. And especially when you're not well liked in all of these states, which is a very interesting coincidence that all of these states are not all happy about Brandon, which again isn't surprising. I think, the vast majority of the country is probably not happy with Brandon right now. And you wouldn't know it, though. If you turn on the news, especially after that wonderful speech we heard yesterday, what a great pep talk, right? It's like Jimmy Carter Malaise 2.0. Anyway, didn't mean to stray into politics here, but there's some politics, because if you're going to give a little shout out to the folks in Kentucky, you may want to put some money where your mouth is. Have a button where you can send people to donate to the cause. I don't even think that is on his YouTube posting of the song. Maybe his own website has a button, a fundraiser button. But I think that would be the smart thing to do if you're going to devote this song to those people. Make a way for folks to recover from this. I mean, the Christmas season is here and these people are really suffering. So in any event, the song is so-so. It's not bad. It's not a train wreck, but, David Lee Roth singing in a very low register and talking his way and singing his way through it really conjures up images of Lou Reed and Johnny Cash. That's the way I see this one, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Music is rather subjective, and some people will say, what a great song. And other people will say, what was that? And that's kind of where this song really lands. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Had some patrons join yesterday, some very enthusiastic people who kind of appreciate the direction this channel has been going in. Others want me to stick to just talking about music. Like I used to tell rock singers, just sing the dang song and stop talking about politics. But hey, if they're always going to talk about politics, then, it's open season. So here I am. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.